Hi, and welcome back to Gardog the Gamorrean Star Wars Miniatures Tutorials. In this video, we're going to look at attacks of opportunity. Whenever a character moves out of a square adjacent to an enemy, the enemy character may make an attack. This attack is referred to as an attack of opportunity. An example would be here, where Han has moved partially behind this wall in preparation for attacking a few stormtroopers. When Darth Vader unexpectedly moves adjacent to Han from a long distance away, ready to attack on his next turn. Han realizes that he may not survive Vader's multiple attacks, so thinks it would be best to run away. If Han tries to move, Darth Vader will be able to make an attack as Han moves. Attacks of opportunity apply even if the moving character remains adjacent to the enemy, but just moves to a different adjacent square. Each adjacent enemy can only make one attack of opportunity per turn, even if the character moves into and out of multiple squares adjacent to the enemy. However, it doesn't prevent multiple enemies from being able to make attacks of opportunity, if they were all adjacent to the moving character. If Han was adjacent to both Darth Vader and a stormtrooper, and he moved, both Vader and the stormtrooper could make an attack of opportunity. And it isn't just if the character moves from its starting square. Han could start adjacent to Darth Vader, but in order to try and escape, he moves into and out of squares adjacent to a stormtrooper. In this instance, Darth Vader would be able to make an attack of opportunity as soon as Han goes to move. And if Han is still alive after that, as he moves out of the first square adjacent to the stormtrooper could also make an attack of opportunity. Attacks of opportunity are optional. The enemy can choose whether they wish to make the attack or not. And the attack of opportunity is made as the enemy is leaving the adjacent square, but before they actually do. Attacks of opportunity are not considered to be the enemy's turn, so they cannot make use of special abilities that replace attacks, or any that mention something like on his turn, such as double attack. However, twin attack is a different story. As twin attack applies whenever the character attacks, that character would be able to make two attacks, as an attack of opportunity. And while we are talking about abilities that may come into play during an attack of opportunity, cunning attack would not apply, as the moving character is considered activated immediately their turn begins, before they start moving, attacking or using a special ability or force power. But on the other hand, opportunist would apply. And the last thing we need to be aware of in relation to attacks of opportunity is if the moving character has the flight special ability. The description of flight mentions that amongst other things, they ignore enemy characters when moving. This means that a character with flight does not trigger attacks of opportunity when moving from a square adjacent to an enemy. As we are looking at the flight special ability, let's take an extra couple of seconds to look at it in full. This ability allows the character to ignore difficult terrain, enemy characters, low objects, and pits, while moving. So a character with flight wouldn't be penalized when moving into difficult terrain or low objects like normal characters are. They could also move through a square occupied by an enemy character, or one designated as a pit, but keep in mind that the character with flight must still finish their movement on a legal, unoccupied square. And before you get carried away thinking your character with flight can go wherever they want, you'll notice that the description doesn't mention walls or closed doors, so the standard rules still apply with those. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me for my next video where we'll take a look at combining fire.